Welcome to the Formatt, where it's your boy, Matt Jackson, aka Joffrey Killer, and whatever you wants to call me. Because of the fact, some facts, because of some other facts, Jack. But I'm definitely back. I took a holiday break for the most part. A little, since the last video I posted, on the wrestling mat. And it's wrestling mat now, so it's just singular, just me. And it's awesome. And it's the way I want it, anyway. It's the way I want it. Just the way I want it. Anyway. It's a new year. It's a new me. So, we're looking out. So anyway, I hope everybody likes the group page. I turned it to the logo that I wanted to use in the beginning, but I did like the purple. I liked all that, but that's last year. This is this year. So this year we have the NWO looking background, looking like NWO like type style here. But anyway, so so we got that going, and but anyway, so this episode is a special episode because most of my stuff is around NXT or WWE or anything like that. This is special to me, sort of. I mean, it wasn't. The wrestling card wasn't as big as like a SmackDown or Raw or anything like that. But it was MLW King of Colosseum, and they had like 3 matches or something. But anyway, it was a great show. It really was. I loved every bit of it. It was an awesome show. For the most part, it was good. So Major League Wrestling, if you were wondering what MLW stands for, it's Major League Wrestling, and they're a really good company. I love everything about the company. They got a lot of people that's really cool there. I mean, they got Leo Rush, they got Myron Reed, they got Contra, they got Alex Hammerstone, they've got Simon Gotch, and they've had like ACH, and they've had like a bunch of big names in there. So they have a ton of big names in the company. So I'm guessing it's like a 50-minute like pay-per-view, a free I call them like preview pay-per-views. Like it's a pay-per-view, but it's a preview of a pay-per-view. Here's 3 matches of something that should be on my pay-per-view, and they call it King of Colosseum. And I don't know if they're gonna have another one next week or what. Kind of hoping they do. But I think the only match that didn't end up happening was Jordan Oliver and Simon Gotch, and that's because Simon Gotch beat down somebody backstage, and then he just left the building. So that's what was said. They left the building, so we didn't get to see that match. And that match would have been the second match on the card, but it ended up not happening. Which I was kind of disappointed because I wanted to see Simon Gotch really just beat the living dog poo-poo out of Jordan Oliver. I'm gonna tell you that. I just wanted to see him just rip the shit out of him, But it didn't happen. So hopefully we'll see that sometime soon in the future. But let's get down to it. I mean, first match on the card was Dirty Blondes. Not really, I'm familiar with them, but I can't really remember their names. I know one of them was something Brian, and I don't know, there's some big dudes. There's these big dudes, and their manager is the old manager for what was it? WWE. Who's that? He had the cowboy hat. What was it? Colonel whatever. Dang. Something Tennessee. Tennessee Lee. I think his name was Tennessee Lee back in the old days. But he's a really cool manager from back in the day, and he manages the Dirty Blondes and whatnot. So it was them, and they versed, they had to fight the Von Erichs, which is Marshall and God, I can't remember the other brother's name, but anyway, it's the sons of Eric Von Erich or whatever his name is. I don't really care about the Von Erichs that much. I like them and I respect them, but I can never remember who's who. I mean, for real, it's a big family. Anyway, but these are the sons of the legendary Von Erich, and it was a tag team title match. It was a fast start. I mean, as soon as they came out there, got in the ring and faced off, ding, 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 it was just like boom, 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 just all of them just fighting it out. They got some order to it after that, but then at some point in the match, it was just crazy because they took in the Von Erichs, and then they just ended up going outside and fighting outside, and then one dude threw the other dude, like, it was Von Erich that threw one of them big fucking dirty blonde guys, and threw him right over into just the way he just landed on that plastic table, it just looked like it hurt, and they were fighting on the concrete and shit. It was great, it was a good part, and then they had to win inside the ring, but it was a street fight, so they could use weapons and stuff, so it was really, if with that being said, I mean, you see these, two Von Erich brothers and the sons, anyway, son's brother, whatever, versus these big freaking dirty blonde guys, like, that, like, could have been match of the year in better setting, maybe a better, like, with that being a street fight, being like an actual, match setup to be match of the year candidate or whatever. But anyway, so I mean, let's see, the street fight, like, it was something else, man. It was a good match. The Von Erichs ended up winning and keeping their titles or whatever. So, it was pretty cool. This video is not gonna be that long, just saying, because the show wasn't that long. But like, the second match was, what was it? Isn't it? It was supposed to be Jordan Oliver and Simon Gotch, but then it went into a promo with Filthy Tom Lawler talking and stuff, and they showed some of the stuff in the recaps of the Opera Cup and whatnot. And then the actual second match was actually Leo Rush versus Myron Reed, right? Yeah. It was Leo Rush versus Myron Reed, and this is Leo Rush's debut match. His debut match was tonight, and it was against Myron Reed, and he's the middleweight, the MLW middleweight champion. This is his debut match, Leo Rush's debut match. It was just crazy. It was a great match. If you want something that's fast paced, and then there was some slow pace in it, and it was just a really good match. And let's just go ahead and say this, that Myron Reed, he's held his title for a whole year. So, I mean, so he's held it for a whole year. And this match right here, what I'm saying, is really good. But there was an inside-out cutter that Myron Reed hit on Leo Rush. It was so good. And what was Leo Rush was standing on the apron, like on the outside of the ropes, standing on the apron or whatever, like a tag team match, they're right there with the tag, whatever. And so Myron comes flying over the ropes from the inside to the out, and just Randy Orton like RKO's him straight to the hard floor. That right there had to take some damn, man, that had to hurt, but after that, I mean, basically, the match was just so back and forth. You had these crazy stunners. I mean, you had so much crazy stuff happening. But when that happened, that outside from the outside bump or whatever, it was right after that. It was like it was over because then Leo Rush got in there and he just went in there and he just did a couple moves and fucking he ended the match. Leo Rush won and ended a whole year reign for Myron Reed, which is pretty much a good accomplishment. I mean, he wins the title on his first night in, and Leo Rush is one of my favorites, if you all didn't know. I mean, if anybody didn't know, or anybody was wondering. I'm a big Leo Rush fan. I think he's top level and stuff like that. So, I mean, he's just top level. You gotta watch this match. So, y'all need to check it out. It was just put up. Y'all have to go check it out. Because I'm not really, telling you what happened and the winners and stuff, but um, basically, you have to just see this stuff. Who cares if you know who won? It's just watching this. It's nice. But anyway, the main event was this guy named Mads Kruger, big old guy with a creepy mask. I mean, he was pretty, pretty intimidating. For a character, So it was a pretty tough character. But anyway, and he had to face Alex Hammerstone, which, if anybody knows Alex Hammerstone, that's a big dude. Really big dude. The match just went all over the place. They were fighting like big men fight. They had this big grudge going on, and it's just a big fight just going on with them. And so, pretty wild on that part. It was big man stuff, And then they took it. Then basically they ended the show with a no contest between the two big men. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna be booking another match for that, so that of course, they'll probably do something better with that since they didn't have enough time. They ran out of time on that one, but no contest on that one. And I was like, what? Are you serious? But I mean, and we didn't get to see Simon Gotch beat the crap out of Jordan Oliver, which Jordan Oliver is like the size of me. Like, he's really small. Like, he's a little dude, yo. He looks little to me anyway, but yeah, that's the MLW King of Colosseum. It was really good for the most part. Like I said, the best match on the card was Leo Rush. I mean, Leo Rush is the best match on the card. Just saying, bar none, best match on the card because it was Leo Rush. But anyway, it was like 3 matches. It was supposed to be like 4, but yeah, Simon Gotch left the building. Blah blah blah. So with the Contra unit. And that was a lot. It was some of that too. It was Contra like promo, and then it was like Contra beat down backstage and stuff like that. And so far, AEW's New Year's Smash is really good. Night 1 or whatever, and there will be a video of that too later. So I'm doing this one now, and I'll put this video up, and then. Well, it's already up by your time you're listening to it, obviously, but then I'm putting up the one about the New Year's Smash and NXT's New Year's Evil. So, be looking out for those to come. So, this was a jam-packed night. It is January 6th, Wednesday, at 8:41 is when I'm, finishing up this recording. And I'm watching AEW while I'm doing this so that I can knock this out while I'm watching another show and then knock that one out while I'm knocking that one out. So anyway, I want y'all to just have a great day because I know I did because I made it a good day. And just make every day that you have good because, or at least the best you can make it, and just keep going. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Don't let anybody tear you down or make you feel like you're nothing, because everybody is something. And the only time that you're not something is when you give up, fall facing the floor, or don't even try at all. So if you're not trying, then you're not winning. And if you're not winning, you're not trying. So anyway, I will see y'all in the next video, and I hope that y'all have enjoyed this. And that will be the Formatt with your boy, Matt Jackson. Formatt out. Bye bye.